When I covered Nikon SnapBridge, I talked a little bit about Image Space. So since that time, I've been playing around with it a lot, and I wanted to share my experience, or the full experience, of Nikon Image Space. Now, firstly, there is an Image Space application for your phone, as well as a URL that you can log on to, and they pretty much function in the same way. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to walk you through the app.
So the first thing that you want to do is you want to open your Play Store or your iOS store and search for games and apps. You'll click on there and you will type in Nikon Image Space and search in Google Play. And here it is, Nikon Image Space, and install. Then once it's installed, obviously double click on Nikon Image Space, or just use your finger to tap. Go through the EULA or end user license agreement. Grant access. What you'd want to do is sign in or sign up. We are going to go with sign in. Accept all cookies. You can put an alternative email address should you wish. This is for recovery. Click next. And you will be signed in. Now you can click on your photos and you'll be able to see all the photos that you had that were linked with your Nikon device. Now you can see from the top, you have all photos, albums, and shared. You also at the bottom have the grid and flow choice of how to view the image. This will also show you the different details, as we can see there. This was shot with the Nikon Z6 II. We can see the format was obviously shot in 1620 by 1080, and so on and so forth. Then we have albums. Now this is a posted photo, which I'll show you just now. And then we have shared, which is the same album that I used to post, which again, I will show you just now. Let's go back to all photos. Now, when you click on a photo, you'll have a couple of options towards the top. The first one is the ability to compare one image with another. In order to get out of that, you can just click that tick over there. Next, you'll have the ability to just play through the album, and you can say either it's key burns, fade in, fade out, wipe, or book view. Let's just go for book view. And now this is not really going to do anything because there's no image to actually go through next. And then the information for this photo. Now this obviously gives you a lot more information, the ability to title, comment, tag, give it a rating, and then all the different information as to how the photo was taken. And then lastly, we have the ability to add it to, and you can choose either a new album or the album that we created. Create album and share. So you can take this, create album and share, and you can enter the album name, which I'm actually going to show you on the web app. Then you can download the image, rotate the image, or just delete it from your album. Now we're going to switch to the web app because that's going to give us far more accessibility in terms of actually sharing, and I'll be able to show you with a bigger screen all the other capabilities of the application. However, you can access them in the app. It's just nicer to see in a big screen. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you log into the web application. It's very similar to the mobile application, but as you can see, it shows a lot more for me to be able to actually demonstrate. So the first thing that we'll see on top is the main menu where we have view, organize, and reports. So view just basically shows us the images that we took, and it gives us the subheadings of all photos, recent, shooting date, SnapBridge, albums, and other. Then if we're going to organize, we actually have a cataloging type option that shows us how to organize or how the photos have been organized. And lastly, we have reports. So this is to show you how many times your photos have been seen. Now this won't have been seen because I haven't shared the link, which I'm going to show you how to do soon. But let's go into view. Now here's all your photos, and these ones were the ones that were linked to SnapBridge. So it is a necessity to have SnapBridge connected to your camera so that these images do upload into your Nikon Image Space. So we'll be able to look at all the photos that I synced. These were just me playing around with some thumbnails as well as some random images. Then the recent is obviously recent images. The shooting date will show you the shooting date of when those albums were taken. SnapBridge is obviously just showing which albums, or sorry, rather which items came through SnapBridge, knowing that you can upload images if you want that doesn't come through SnapBridge. Then we have albums as as we know. This is just the posted photos, but we have to create an album, which I'll get to now, and then test. Lastly, we have other, which shows us the camera. So this was the Z6 II. More would appear here should we have had more. We have our tags. I haven't tagged anything, so nothing's going to pop up here. And then rating, which nothing's going to pop up because I haven't rated anything, but you can rate your own images from 1 to 5 stars. So if we go to all photos and we want to create an album, we're going to click on this image and we are going to put it into an album. So if we click on those items there, we can say add to album, and we are going to create a new album, and we're going to say Nikon share. Now we'll be able to add more and more images to that, but in this image, note that once you've done it to this image, it will reflect throughout everything that you've done in all of the folders as well as the actual albums. So we can add a comment here and say this was shot in my studio as a test. We can also give it a rating and say this is a 5-star image. You can also add a tag and say this would be, let's just say social, because this is for social media upload, or you can label it family or whatever you want. You can also have multiple tags. Now, when we actually go through to how we search for those images, when you did search for 5, this would pop up as well as tags would pop up for that. We can see here, as we saw in the app, the file name, which you can change before it uploads, the shooting date, the file size. Now note that this is a much smaller file than the actual original images because this is for sharing purposes. Note that this shouldn't be used as a primary storage device. The image size with regards to its aspect ratio, the manufacturer detail, which is obviously Nikon, the camera as well as the lens. Then we have the shooting data, which is the aperture, shutter speed, focal length, and ISO sensitivity. If you do have your geographical information actually logged, you will be able to see the latitude, longitude, altitude, heading, and POI. That will pop up here, but that is something that you need to accept. I don't put that there because then everyone knows exactly where I live or where my studio is. So I do obviously choose to have that as off, but you can see how cool this could be if you are in a game reserve and you want to know the exact latitude and longitude of where you shot that photo. So very, very powerful. We do have more here, which can show the exposure compensation, scene mode, AF area mode, and so on and so forth. So it really gives you quite a few details as to how this image was taken. Now, if we go into an album and we want to select the Nikon share album, once we're in this Nikon share album, obviously we have one image. Now let me just show you how to get another image because that is important. We are going to say I want this image to be selected and I'm going to add this to a album. So I'm going to say add to album and I want that to go into the Nikon share, and we're going to push OK. So if we go back to the viewing, we can go to the albums and we can see here Nikon share, and we're going to click on that. Now this is where the power comes in, because if you want to show this to the rest of the world, you can click on these 3 icons over here and you can say share. Now, once we select share, it's going to generate a URL. This is a bit.ly link or a shortened URL. If we copy this URL, we can go to any browser, which I will show you. So if we go here, if I put that URL into something that is completely not logged, I paste that over there. Now all of a sudden I have got a share link to those images that I put into an album. So if you're scared that all of your pictures are going to show, they're not. They're only going to show the ones that you've selected to share in that album. And then this is how anyone would navigate without having to log into Nikon Image Space, because when I selected this, I didn't have to do anything. Then I can put it in a different format, so we can have grid view or array view. And if we click onto that image, people have the ability to wow the images. So I've just given my 3 wows. We can also expand that to be able to see the full image, but we are going to go out of that and cross out of there. And we can also see the image info. So views 1, wows 3. We also have the shooting date, file size, image size, camera manufacturer, camera lens, focal length, aperture, and shutter speed. It's not going to give the full details as to what you can see as the photographer, but it still gives some pretty cool details for the people that are viewing these images. Now we can also go into full screen and people will be able to flip through the album. Now this is a really cool way to share because you can share this with anyone. You can put this as a static URL on your website or in your social media just to show people, here are all my images. And then you can also say, go and look at the lens that I shot it with, go look at the camera that I shot it with, and go look at where I shot this. So it's really, really awesome to be able to show this kind of information. Now we come back to where we were. We're going to push close over there. And we can look at the other aspects, which will be on the right-hand side. We do have the ability to adjust that. So we can share it to X or to Facebook. We can see the original as well as the short URL with a QR code. We have the HTML markup tag. So if you want to create an iframe inside of a website, you have that ability. We can change the album name. We can change the album color. We can also change the thumbnails from rectangular to square. We can also put a password encryption on this. So if you want only specific people to be able to see that, you can put yes on the password, put that password, and then share that password so that only specific people are allowed to see that album. Further, we can disallow or allow downloads, so we can have the JPEG original size, noting that this is a diluted image in the first place. So I would say original size, otherwise we are going to have a de-render of a de-render. Then you can put the location info. You can say retain, shooting date, you can either show or hide. Share duration, you can actually put 7 days, 30 days, or unlimited, and you can put the copyright information as to yes or no. So you can say, here is the copyright information that we want to put for this specific album. And lastly, we can unshare this entire album, which I'm going to do, because if I unshare, let's go unshare. And if we go to that original album as a guest, we will put that URL in there and we'll see that it will not allow us to view that. So you can no longer view this album because the user who shared it has deleted it or stopped sharing it. So that's as easy as it is in order to remove access to that folder. Then lastly, at the top, we have got a notification setting. We have got the user information and we can see our storage. Now, this is the Nikon owners plan. So you get 20 gigabytes and non-Nikon owners can get 5. I believe it's 5, as well as the account information, which you can click into and then be able to edit. Now, in this, you will see your Nikon ID account settings, verify your account info, the Nikon Image Space newsletters, your product registration, as well as being able to delete your account. And that is it. This is the Nikon Image Space tutorial to show you how cool this application is, and it's free for Nikon owners. So I suggest that you make use of it, especially if you are a creator and you are wanting to show what you are doing, and you'll be able to go and get those reports to actually show or actually see how many people have viewed and wowed your images. So we can see now we all of a sudden have 2 views and 3 wows, and that has now peaked up to 2 on this exact date. So that is it for this. Let's get back to the studio.
So as you can see, there are amazing features in the app, from the important information about the gear used to the share folder, which I'm going to add to my link tree so you'll be able to see some of the images that I capture. One of the main things you need to understand about Image Space is it's more of a sharing platform and it does compress your images, so do not use it as a backup for shoots. However, it is a great platform to share your content with the world or with your friends and family, and something that is free for Nikon users in the Nikon Product Owners Plan. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers, goodbye.